Warren Zola, he's an expert on sports law. He thinks there won't be the NFL or college football. So does Herb Herbstreit. He thinks 12 to 18 months down the road, there is going to be a vaccine. How do you feel about this college football season? Do you think it'll happen?
Very, very good question. As of right now, my opinion is football has the biggest possibility to happen. You're talking about daily information, daily changes by local municipalities, daily changes by states and from the federal government. They're all impacting our movement and the way we get around right now. Football doesn't start for another 5-6 months. So we don't know, when the tide will turn, when the tide may break. And so football still has the luxury of time. And especially with the NFL, they have the luxury of having a truncated schedule if they want to. That being said, I don't think Herbstreit deserves all of the criticism that he got. He pretty much was just offering up an opinion on whether or not he thought football was going to return from the NFL, and he said no. And I think, everything should be on the table. You certainly don't want to stir up panic and unnecessary fears. But the truth is, there are a lot of unknowns. We are still trying to flatten the curve, if you will, and football does involve having 50, 60, 70, 80, 90,000 people in one place. And right now, we're telling people to stay 6 feet apart from one another. So I don't think it's absolutely insane to throw out the possibility that football would not return. I would say it's probably still premature to say that it won't.
Yes, and Kirby Smart, I like what he said. I heard him in an interview talking about he doesn't want to give his thoughts on it because he doesn't know all the facts yet. So I'm kind of glad he said that, and he was putting in perspective like he doesn't know yet. He's just doing everything he can to prepare up. And speaking of Georgia, let's just talk about their quarterback position. Jake Fromm entering the NFL draft. Does this mean Jamie Newton is the quarterback now? 18 starts with Wake Forest. 12 starts in 2019, 26 touchdowns, 2,800 plus yards. Is he the answer at quarterback for Georgia?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's an automatic shoe-in because Jamie Newman is supposed to be somewhat of I won't say upgrade, but a guy that fills the holes that Jake Fromm was not able to fill. They have different skill sets. Jake Fromm, certainly a cerebral quarterback, could make most of the throws. The issue was Jake Fromm was not a mobile quarterback. And Jamie Newman, everything that you see on film, everything you see them put on the football field, he's a guy who can make the throws, he can be cerebral, and he can be mobile. And not just the quarterback position. The Georgia Bulldogs have some questions at offensive line. For the first time in a while, they don't have really much bleed over at the running back position where you've seen Todd Gurley and you see Nick Chubb and you see Tony Michelle kind of bleed into the next running back. Well, now DeAndre Swift is gone, and it looks like Zamir White might get the keys to the bus to drive the bus. All of that might cover up some of the defensive losses that the Bulldogs have to go through. So Jamie Newman, I think, is certainly a shoe-in. He's a transfer. It's going to be a one-time deal, and I think he and the offensive questions that he can answer help cover up a lot of questions that the Bulldogs just don't know that they may have defensively and elsewhere on the team.
Absolutely. I do like a couple of their players that they have returning. It should be stars like Eric Stokes and Monty Rice, Richard LeConte, the second. I like players like that. Do you think, led by Newman, can they win the national championship if there is a season? Can this Georgia team win the championship this year?
Well, yeah, you're talking about a double-digit team. You're talking about a team that won a bowl game, and you're talking about a team now that has a coach who's certainly supplanted his identity within Bulldog Nation and his program. And also if you throw in what's currently going on, the teams that are well poised and well suited to have a lot of seniors who can execute are going to help a lot of coaches and a lot of programs because there is no spring football. They're not allowed in the facility. So a lot of work in the offseason is going to have to be counted on by the players to have discipline to come in and be ready to go when the coaching staff gets their hands and their ability to get the guys back into the building. So I think it's not out of the question. Georgia's going to be a top 4, top 5 team. once football resumes. And, yeah, I think moving forward, until we see Kirby Smart not have a top recruiting class in the nation, I don't think you can ever say that the Bulldogs can't win a national title.
Let me throw this quick one in before I let you go. Is it fair as a whole fan base and everybody just to expect championship or bust every year on the Kirby Smart era?
I don't think it's unfair. And I think if you want to say maybe he should get a little slack, certainly with what's going on with the pandemic, this should be the year that everybody gets a little bit of slack. But, you know, at some point, the love affair and the honeymoon is over. And the truth is, you're out recruiting Alabama the last 2 years in the recruiting wars. You have as many fans donating money to your football fund as any of the top programs. You spend the most money of the top Power 5, top 25, top Power 5 schools in the nation. At some point, it should be expected that you yield results. LSU just did it. Alabama has been doing it. Clemson has been doing it. So I don't think it's unfair to place high expectations where you have a lot of things in place where there are not many excuses why you should not win.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Home Team Brandon Leak, co-host of the Home Team and Hamilton Show, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Atlanta Sports X. Also follow him on Twitter. He knows what he's talking about, Home Team Bleak. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.